Increase the voice. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Parthaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusantadami Bhagavad-Gita Bhavatveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Some lights on the back. Verse number 10. Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi stitaha ekaki yata chittatma nirashira parigraha shucho deshe pratishtapya Sthiramasanamaatmanah natyuchritam nati neecham chailajina kushottaram tatraikagram manakritva yadachittendriya kriyah upavishyasane yunjyat yogamatma vishuddhaye samam kaya shiro grivam Dharayannachalam sthiraha Samprekshya nasikagram swam Dishaschanavalokayan. Little reduce that. I look like a ghost here. That will do. Here in the verse number 12 we saw, in the seat of meditation, the purpose is to start with Atma Vishuddhaye. for purification of the mind, for the self in us, which is worshipped as God in the temples or a mosque or a church or wherever, who is said to be the ordainer, creator, sustainer and annihilator of the whole universe, that very God cannot be impersonal. For a creator of creation, if it is impersonal, then the world that is created will be something other than God. And if something other than God is there, where will be the limitlessness or moksha possible? One may say that if the individual soul becomes God or becomes one with God, it cannot become, limited thing cannot become unlimited suddenly. A material thing cannot become sentient all of a sudden. Alpajnaha cannot become Sarvajnaha suddenly. So the omniscient, omnipresence and freedom is already there in us, which we are not aware of. Because we are preoccupied with our identification with body, mind and intellect and related perception, feelings and thoughts. Therefore, it is in that recognition, realization of who we are really, we discover God's presence in us. Until then, we come to suffer our limitations, self-created. Therefore, approach of Vedanta philosophy is that even if you worship God, go to a temple or any place of worship, you go and do the prayer, ultimate prayer should be, make me reach you. Not anything else. Give me that, give me this, give me that. Bhagavan says, when are you going to ask me? You are asking me what I have. When are you going to ask me? Ask for me. Meaning, to become one with me should be the ultimate goal. That is what is called moksha or nirvana. So here, Atma Shuddhaye, when it is said, that is what it means, to overcome this limitation. What is the impurity of the mind? Impurity of mind is its limitation. Limitation of preoccupied with thoughts, anger, lust, passion, greed, jealousy. As much as such negative traits in us will limit us much more than things like compassion, love, etc. But that is also a limitation only. Why? Because you are still at the level of the mind only. Whether you are wearing a 3-piece suit of $1,000 or a 2-piece pajama kurta of $100, your misery doesn't go away. Gurudev used to say, in India you are uncomfortably unhappy, here you are comfortably unhappy. That is all the difference. Comfortably crying, uncomfortably crying. So therefore, the limitations of the mind is mind itself. The thoughts that we are preoccupied with. So Atma Shuddhaya does not mean, Atma here does not mean this self, because it is already Shuddha, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa. The nature of purity, freedom and awareness. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta. That is the nature of the reality. And presently we are Nitya Baddha, ever bound. So that this limitation has to be overcome. Therefore it is said, Tatra, there, where in the meditation, Ekagram Manakrutva, Manaha Ekagram Krutva, keeping the mind one pointed on the goal, and I explained last week about that. Yata chitta indriya kriyaha. by controlling or mastering over the chitta, mind, indriya kriya, activities related to the body. Swamiji, what is so difficult to control the senses and mind? 4 hours back you were there. Isn't it? Some of you in the corner, they are still there. Swami, you keep talking. Eta chittendriya kriya. I have controlled my mind and the senses because I am sleeping. In sleep, whether you like it or not, is it not that your mind is subsided, sense organs, activities, you are not seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, nothing, walking, talking, thinking, nothing is there. Even your wife is shouting at your top of her voice. You don't, no, we have to do this. Ears are open, physical ears are open, but faculty is withdrawn. Is it not true? You don't close your ears like our teenagers all the time. So withdrawal of the mind from activities in the senses. Why it is necessary? It is not a forceful injunction. It is for exclusively paying attention of the mind towards the goal. Is it not that when you are watching that game, Lakers game, last game of Kobe, glued, completely glued to the TV without a favicol. Why? Because you are total interest in that. When you are interested in something, other things you discard. Saas bhi ek din bahuti. That lady is so involved in that, crying all the time. Why? Because so involved in the story. I don't know what nowadays come, I have no idea. So therefore, when the mind is so glued to that object of interest, then other things naturally be withdrawn. That's why he says, ekagram manakritva, having kept the mind one pointed, whereby the sense organs and the mind are controlled. Yada chittendriya kriya. What you should do? Asane upavishya. Upavishyasane yunjad, engage. For what? Yogam and yunjad, engage in the meditation. Atma vishuddhaye. To overcome the limitation. And overcoming the preoccupation with the thoughts. That's what it means. Once you know that thoughts are just happenings in the mind, not necessarily real. If you are there sitting there, hey stupid, come here. If you come there, then it means you are stupid. Isn't that? I said, come here, stupid. And if you get up, what does it mean? So you take that word to be real, then it becomes reality. If that thought comes to your mind and you think that thought is real, you give reality, not the thought is real. Starbucks coffee. Now the thought has come, and it is just a thought. But the moment I said, that is important to me. Why? Gurudev used to say, I and I want. Kartrutva, bhoktrutva. That desire is nothing but a taste, an impression in your mind. That impression gives reality to the thought. And the thought taken real, immediately you act. So in the seat of meditation, when I say seat of meditation, sometimes when I say faster, seat of meditation, somebody came to me a long time ago. Swami, what is the Sita meditation? Sita meditation, Rama meditation? No, seat of meditation. Oh, okay. Sita. Lakshmana meditation, Sita meditation, like that. In the seat of meditation, the engagement of the person is to disengage the mind. Disengaging the mind does not mean run away from everything, not to give reality to the thoughts that arise due to past impressions or perceptions. That's why when the eyes and ears, everything is withdrawn, naturally, to that extent, the external influences are not there. Andar se koi bahar se koi andar na aa sake. Then andar se koi bahar na ja sake. सोचो कभी ऐसा हो तो क्या? So the mind in meditation. So such a mind Samam kaya shiro grivam dharayan achalam stiraha samprekshya nasikagram samdishascha anavalokayan. Physical body has to be kept erect with the head, neck and the trunk of the body in one single straight line to make sure that you don't fall asleep. It's naturally when you are not doing anything, the mind will be tired and lethargic and go to sleep. Don't do that. So samam kaya shiro grivan dharayan, that's what means present tense, holding on to this or that. Then samprekshya, nasikagram swam, paying attention to the tip of your own nose. Swam nasikagram samprekshya, dishascha anavalokayan. And not engaging with the eyes, even with the closed eyes here and there, here and there and there. No REM, random rapid eye movement. So now Krishna goes on to say, in that condition, physical body alert, erect, ready, vigilant, mind is engaging in, not engaging in itself. So what we should be doing at that point, in the next verse, he says, verse number 14, Prashantatma vigatabihi Brahmachari vrate stitah Manas samyamya machittah Yukta asita matparaha Prashantatma vigatabihi Brahmachari vrate stitah Manas sanyamya machittah Yukta asita matparaha Prashanta Atma. The word Shanti, you all know, peace. Prashanta means extremely peaceful. The peace that passeth all understanding. Christ has said this beautiful statement. Peace that passeth all understanding. Meaning, the peace is experienced not in the body. Right? Peaceful body. Peaceful body is not peaceful. In fact, from the day you are born till the time you reach the funeral pyre, womb to the tomb, body never rests. Is it not true? Even when you are sleeping, it is active. Otherwise, you won't grow. Digestion takes place. You ate up to the neck. Up to this point. You would have had more if only you know how to do that. And you go to sleep. You mean to say that digestion stops? That's when it starts. So when you are physically not active, but body is still active, working. 24 hours, 365 days. Continuously it engages in action. So the peace does not belong to the body. Definitely not. Prashanta is not referring to the body. All right. Does it belong to the mind? Many people say, I want peace of mind. Mind actually is not, see here in the Vedantic context, mind is one, divided into two parts. One is the thinking mind, another is called feeling mind. Here also, thinker and the feeler, perceiver, feeler and thinker. The F and I, feeler and thinker, actually belong to the one thing only, but it is divided into two parts based upon its functionality. In your computer also, C and D, right? In Microsoft, not Apple. So one is where you have the operating system sitting there. Another is where all other software, which are applications that are sitting there. Both belong to the same point, but it's divided into two. The disk is divided into two. One is taking care of the regular operation, which you may have no control over. It keeps going. Other one where you can put some programs whenever you want and remove it, etc. That access is only there for you. In the same way, mind is divided into two parts. One is called buddhi, another is called manaha. We have seen this manaha sankalpa vikalpatmakam, that which oscillates all the time, not sure itself, doubting, unclear, ambiguous. Another one is firm, determined, understanding. Actually, peace belongs to the buddhi, not to the mind. Because mind's nature is fluctuation. And anything fluctuates cannot be steady for a long time. Mind is that which by nature, like a monkey, it never stays in one place. It keeps oscillating. It keeps shifting its priorities. It is engaged in something, immediately it looks at something, it goes there. And if it gets disinterested in something, again it goes there. Look at your children, I'm bored. You give something for some time and then I'm bored. And then you put them that TV or whatever is in the car. So long as it is on, there is absolute quiet should be. When that program is over, I'm bored. Are we there? Are we there? Similarly, the mind is not at rest with itself. It is the intellect that actually discovers the peace. And that peace here, prashanta, when it is said, it is passeth all understanding. Meaning, it is not a satisfied idea. Let us say that you have decided to do something as a group of people and everybody agrees with you. Intellect is happy. Or your ideas, your suggestions are approved, intellect is happy about it. Or you have achieved something intellectually, this is it. But we are not talking about that kind of a quietude of the tripti of the buddhi. We are talking about that which is discovered beyond itself. The awareness, the consciousness, which is of nature of joy, has been discovered in a glimpse by the intellect. It is said in the Upanishad also, Drishyate tu agraya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadarshibihi. Drishyate is perceived, realized. Tu agraya buddhya, by the sharp intellect. Sukshmaya, subtle. Sukshmadarshibihi, by the subtle person. In another place in this chapter itself, Krishna will say, Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhigrahyam atindriyam. We'll come to that later. It is comprehensible by the intellect and not by the senses. So now I am talking to you. Am I talking to your ears? But you are hearing through the ears, not through your eyes, not through your nose. But ears are not hearing. It is intellect that is hearing. Is it not true? A part of your personality which is looking for a logic behind the whole thing is trying to capture the idea. And when you understand it, yes, Swamiji sometimes is very rational. So that is happening where? In the intellect. I got it. So the buddhi is subtle intellect is capable of recognizing the presence of awareness. When it recognizes the nature of awareness as pure bliss, that is prashant. Prakrashena shantah, prashantah. Prashanta Atma. The intellect has become prashant, quiet. It is no more arrogating itself as I am so and so. It recognizes there is something beyond me also. That's why in the third chapter it's beautifully said, the hierarchy of things, not in the chapter, in this chapter only to come, that Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhya param manaha manasastu parabuddhihi yo buddhe paradastu saha. Evam buddhe param bhuttva samstapyatmanamatmana jahishutrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. In third chapter, yes. The sense organs are there, but they don't act by themselves without the help of the mind. Without the mind, sense organs cannot have any activity. What you want to see is decided by the mind, not by the eyes. What you want to hear decided by the mind, not by the eyes, not by the ears. Sorry. So it's a mind that is greater than the sense organs. Mind is governed by the intellect. When it is agitated, disturbed, etc., it is intellect says, shut up, enough of this. Don't worry about it. So informed intellect can guide the mind. But the intellect also is guided by what? Something which is beyond the intellect. Manasastu para buddhihi yo buddhe paratastu saha. Saha buddhehe para. Evam buddhva. Having understood this, alone there is Shanti. So Prashanta, when it is said, it is buddhihi, the intellect has become quiet. When does it become quiet? When it is recognized the higher nature of oneself. It is like your Gurudev used to say, a small child which is playing with its neighbor's child, and that fellow, the neighbor child is very naughty fellow, constantly troubling this one. This son, this boy, he gets very annoyed and agitated and disturbed. I will tell my mother about this. He goes crying, go to the mother. Mommy, this fellow is doing this. Don't worry, I am going to take care of that. And he comes up, my mother will take care of it. No, that fellow is quiet. Why? Somebody else is taking care of it. Similarly, the buddhi recognized that I am able to think not on my own volition, not because of my own ability. It is the pure consciousness is making me capable of knowing things. The higher nature of me, which is present in me as pure awareness, is the one making me, the intellect, able to know. Now you are able to see things here in this hall. It is not because of the light which you don't see all the time. You don't see light is there or not. Light is there, otherwise you won't see things. So the very fact that you are able to see things approves that there is something above. The light which is above you is the one reflected here. You are able to see objects. In fact, you are seeing only light reflected by the objects. Is it not true? Please say yes. Okay. See, when I see a carpet or a cloth or a paper, what is that? How am I able to see? The thing that I am seeing is nothing but reflection of light. If there is a corner where there is the light doesn't go there, I cannot see because the reflection of light doesn't take place there. Correct? Eyes can only see light, nothing else. So therefore, the reflection of the light is what I am saying. Similarly, thought is a reflection of consciousness. That is what I am aware of. When the thoughts are not there, I come in directly contact with that. But usually what happens when the thoughts are not there, I go to sleep. Because we have not attempted to be aware, alert, vigilant, to look for that in the absence of thoughts. When in this seat of meditation, an individual is attempting to become aware of the awareness in the absence of thoughts. Prashantatma. Now what happens is, we are entering into an area of unknownness. We have not entered that area. And whenever you try to go to an area where you have not been, what happens is fear. Is it not true? As you become 70, 75, 80, 85, what happens? Bhaya. What? I don't know. Where am I going to go beyond this? I used to experience this when I go to this ride. Because sometimes the ride it goes straight, and it goes. The fear is, I'm going to be attacked. Or you go to darkness, what is this? What is there? There's no light, unknown. So the fear is also three kinds. That which happens at the physical level, that which happens at the psychological level, that which happens at the spiritual level. See, physical fear is necessary to protect your body. If you, I think there is a Mananam series in the book, it said Beyond Fear. And I have written an article on what fear, the psychology of fear. Fear at the physical level is necessary to protect yourself, and it is nature created it. Every living being has the same sense of fear with respect to physical protection. When there is a possibility of physically being attacked, immediately the fear is that which makes you run. The smallest ant also will do that. You may think that it doesn't have consciousness. You put your hand in front of where it is going. What is your problem? I am going on, maybe you are putting your hand there. It will get, immediately it will shock itself. It will, what is this? Try tomorrow or today. Small ant of going somewhere. You put your hand there. Or you don't need to do it. You just put a line there. It immediately senses there is something here other than what I wanted. Immediately it will stop. Because it has that awareness. My physical body is in danger. I love my life. Even the most little thing that anohoniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya janto, that one which is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. Nihitam guhaya. So the fear of death, fear of protection of the body is one fear which is natural for all living beings. To protect oneself from danger, death. And we are also afraid of old age, sickness, and all other things. That is there. The second kind of fear that we have is psychological. I desire something, I may not get it. Or I want approval of someone, that person does not approve of my whatever I need to do. And I am expecting something to happen, that may not happen. Or I don't expect something to happen, it may happen. So with people who have never flown in a flight, they're so afraid. One lady who was 80-year-old and she never flew and she had to go in the flight. So she got up and then she looked at everybody's laughing and I said, why these people are laughing? I'm so afraid to fly. So he went directly to the cockpit and asked that fellow, are you the pilot? Yes. How high you go from the ground? 32,000 feet. 32,000 feet high you go? Yes. Will you come down? He said, I never stayed there. I came down all the time. You go up and then come down also. Obviously, you have to come down. So, psychological fear is uncertainty. I'm not sure. Disappointments, hopelessness, failure, dejection, disapproval. Anger is also a part of fear only. I'm not even accepted, what my words are not accepted. I'm afraid people will not accept anymore. That's become intellectual. My idea, my opinion, my suggestion, my thought disapproved by somebody. Fear. I will be disrespected, dishonored. I will not be seen. I will not be known to people. I go to unknown people. I don't know anybody. What will I do? If you're going to a party, also first thing you'll find, who are the people? Do I know anybody? If there is a list of people whom none of you know, you will not go. Why? I'm afraid nobody will know me. So, psychological fear is also there. Getting married to a person whom I don't know. But or getting married to a person whom I know very well. That is also another problem. I know this fellow. How can I get married to that person? So, attachment to children, that's another fear. Mothers always have that worry and then tell the children, please eat when you are hungry. That was what else I will do? You tell me, stand upside down. I will eat only when I am hungry. Look at the road and drive. No. I'm looking at the ceiling of the car and drive. So, psychological fear, attachment. In spiritual fear is about uncertainty beyond this physical existence. Merit and demerit, sin and merit. What I have done in my life, if anybody knows, definitely I will be in hell only. Ethical fear, moral fear. All these things are at the spiritual level. Because this is not decided by anybody else. What I did in my life, good or bad, if it is legal or illegal, I am afraid. That is at the psychological level, the fear is, oh, the legal system will punish me. That is understand. But moral, immoral, unethical behavior, those things are at the spiritual level. So, overcoming this fear is necessary. And one can overcome this fear only when one is connected to, attached to something beyond this body, mind, intellect. That I am that unlimited, immortal presence. When I recognize my immortality, I am not afraid of my body's death. Mrityum Jayaha, isn't it? The one who is beyond death. That's why Krishna says, Nattve vaham jatu nasam, nattvam neme janadipaha, najaiva nabhavishyamaha, sarve vayamataparam. Arjuna, you understand, you were never absent, you will never be absent. Why? Because your presence and absence, presently what you think you are, at the physical body level, is limited. This will go. Agama payino anitya. Physical body will be there and after some time it won't be there. It was not there before anyway. Before. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidhanani eva tatra ka paridevana. Before it was not there, now it has happened to be there, later it won't be there. Why are you crying about it? Swamiji, it is easy to say. Physical body, therefore, when recognizing the nature of yourself as immortal, then and then alone, the fear with respect to the body will go. A body and its death and disease and old age, or whatever it is. Until then, that fear cannot go. Similarly, failure, disapproval, dejection, disrespect, dishonor, all these things also can go away only when I know that this mind of mine is what is creating this idea. What I say should be approved, I should be honored. These are all intellectual and minds, projections. Gurudev will say, even this will pass away. So what? You are a failure here. So what? Next time you do better. Uddhared atmanatmanam atmanam avasadet. Krishna directly hits on Arjuna. Kshutram hridaya daurbalyam takto uttishta parantapa. Leave this faint-heartedness. Get up and fight. So, psychological fear and spiritual fear of good and bad, right and wrong are there only at the level when you want to enjoy the world hereafter. Hell or heaven. When one has reached the awareness, there is nothing called hell or heaven. It is only freedom thereafter. There is nothing called going through another experience. So long as the ego is there, it is looking for heaven and want to reject hell. But when the ego is surpassed, there is only mukti or moksha, liberation. So in the seat of meditation, a person recognizes his higher self means what? Vigata bihi. That's what the next one he puts there. Prashantatma vigata bihi. Beyond fear. Vigata, gone. Fear, bihi. So, prashantatma vigata bihi. And therefore, such an individual will engage in remembering and rejoicing and retaining steadfastly about his higher self, and that is what is called brahmacharyam. Brahmani charati idi brahmachari. Brahmacharya. Now we are in brahmacharya. The Brahma only we are in, not Brahman, Brahma only. Brahmachari vrate stitaha. Brahmachari vrata means steadfast in the resolve of what? Remaining as Brahman, as the pure awareness only, unlimited by time and space and causation. Now we are all what? Karmachari. Isn't it? Morning till evening, what we think was karma. What it to be done? What is it? That is it. This needs to be that. So we never endlessly we think about action. Already you are thinking after this Balvir is over, I have to go there. And after that the target I have to go there. I have to go there. And now the party is there. Sleep. Get up and never ending occupation with the action. So, aware, dwelling in that higher nature, where समय नहीं मिल रहा है स्वामी जी, भगवान के लिए समय ही नहीं मिल रहा. He is waiting, standing there. Sometimes you come and look at me, please. Even when the altar is here only, how many of you go there? I wonder. Only for Aarti you go there once in a year. Other are your children in that class. Other time pass by. That's why we booked a glass door, thinking that at least look at him. Earlier it was a regular door. We put a glass door, at least look. Hi. Poor thing, he was waiting. Okay, sometime you come and see me. Sometime you know. When you are in trouble, I know you will definitely come. Otherwise also, you please come and see me. Brahmachari Vrata means, here, Gurudev writes it as, it at once this statement, brahmachari is serving two purposes. Instruction and prescription. It's very interestingly he puts this, it serves dual purpose. If you look at this, commentary there. In fact, brahmacharya is a bisexual term, capable of self-fertilization. In the very same term, we have a happy marriage of both instruction and prescription. What is the instruction here and what is the prescription? The word has got two meanings. Most of the people who have the basic understanding of this word will say brahmacharya means celibacy, control of the senses. That's a prescription. But what is to be done and why it is to be done, why one has to follow the brahmacharya is for brahmacharya only. Unless your mind, unless your senses are under control, mind is not free enough to think. If the indulgence is there constantly by the senses, where is the time for it to think about Brahman, higher self? So, prescription is cut down your indulgences. Thereby you have enough energy, not only time, energy to think about something higher. Because any indulgence is expenditure of energy. You may think it increases your energy. It's just the opposite. When you have 3 idlis to eat, it is to sustain the body. Beyond 3 or 4, it is to fatten the Madhya Pradesh. What happens is, the body has to spend more energy to digest the food than the energy derived out of the food. That's why we become tired after the 4th idli. Today, Balvia, should we go? Feel like sleeping. Why? Because yesterday night you did another indulgence. Till 2 o'clock, watching some movie. Useless. Same Bollywood thing only. Or went for a party, jumped too much. Or you became very spiritual. Whatever. So, indulgence, therefore you lost energy. That's why Gurudev would say weekend. What you do in the weekend? Weekend. Energy lost. Monday morning you will drag your soul to the work. So, brahmacharya is self-control, in not having overindulgence. That is a prescription. The instruction is only when you do practice the celibacy, then your mind is available for Brahmani Charanam. Movement or engaging in Brahman. You understand that word? Therefore, here these 3 terms are so beautiful. Right? Prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate stitah. So, such a meditator should have these qualities. As in the beginning itself I told you, here Krishna doesn't take it for granted that you know about meditation. Not just sitting down and closing the eyes. That's not meditation. There is a lot of preparation necessary, both psychological, physical, and the spiritual level. Where the intellect has recognized the higher nature of oneself, thereby it has subsided. Prashantatma. Vigatabihi, having recognized the immortal nature of the self, the fear with this physical, psychological, and spiritual have been overcome. And thus engaging in the celibacy, not because it is norm of the society or anything, because my mind should have enough energy to spend on dwelling in the self. See, in Kathopanishad, the boy, Nachiketa, was an 8-year-old boy, but very advanced in his thinking. He was given 3 boons by Yama, and for one, he made sure that he is going back. Second, because he was in the at the doorstep of death, so he said, first boon, what do you want? He was very intelligent. He didn't say anything. He said, when I go back, my father should be happy. He made sure that he is going back. Second, he said, I want to know whether what is the means to heaven. So what rituals are involved in that? Given. Third one, what do you want? Third one, I want what is moksha. Young boy, 8-year-old. When you were 8-year-old, did you ever ask what is moksha? What is ice cream, you might have asked. Joy ice cream. Not that joy of the self, joy. This fellow 8-year-old is, I want to know what is beyond death. Then Lord Yama said, this fellow probably, he just heard here and there, he doesn't mean anything. He said, no, don't worry about it. I will give you whatever you want. You can have a long life, you can go to heaven after death, or you will have whatever comforts you want, whatever enjoyments you want in the life, I will give you. The boy quietly watched him and said, keep your dance and damsels with you. Answer my question. Because he gave this very answer for that. Why he said this? Jarayanti tejaha. He very clearly makes this point. Why I do not want this self-indulgence? Because tejaha jarayanti. This indulgence only removes my energy. It makes me empty of all enthusiasm. Therefore, I do not want any of those things what you are giving me. Swebhavaha iha matyanto. Swebhava means it's not permanent, it's temporary. These are all so transitional, transient. I don't want this. Tavaiva vaha tamartya gite. Keep your dance and damsels with you. I don't want any of those. So, that very clearly, it is, brahmacharya is that state of mind where the body, mind, etc., everything having enough energy to dwell on. Prashantatma vigatabihi brahmachari prate sthitah. And here, having thus brought this much of adjustment in oneself, Krishna here says, Manas sanyamya macchittaha yukta asita matparaha. Manas sanyamya, keeping your mind thus under your control, mastery over the mind having been achieved, macchittaha bhava. Macchittaha bhava means keep your mind thinking about me. Mat chitta. Keeping your mind in me. Now, he will explain what he means by that in the next verse. Mat chitta. Yuktaha, such an individual, asita, seated where? Mat paraha, keeping me as the supreme goal. Our mind won't dwell in something which we have no interest. And if we have kept a goal in our mind, that is what mind will dwell on. I always ask these youngsters, what is your goal in life? When they are 12, 15 or 18, what's your goal in life? Whatever they say, I want to become a professional, whatever they want to say, well, let's say that person says, I want to become an entrepreneur. Okay. Next question. How long do you think it will take to reach there? Whatever be your goal. I never thought about it. 10 years? Good. 10 years it will take for you to achieve that goal, professional goal, whatever. Or is about doctor? Definitely 10 years. Medical professional, 10 years. Okay, 10 years. All right. What do you think you should be, where you should be in 5 years from now? Have you thought about it? Yeah. What? I should be in a medical school, obviously. Yeah. All right. What should be your situation 1 year from now for that? If you want to, let us say this boy is in 12th grade. What should be your goal if you want to be a medical professional 10 years from now? You say you should go to medical school 5 years from now. Okay. For that, going to the medical school 5 years from now, what should be your situation 1 year from now? 1 year from now I should write MCAT and get prepared for that and all those things. I should take science as my stream. What should be your goal in the next 5 months? You see, goal you kept all right for 10 years. But you should always think about what is that I should do now for that. If the now will go away within no time. And now will be, I think, 5 months from now I will do something. At 5 months later also I ask, what is now? You say 5 months now. Now. It will go an extra 10 years, now only. Nothing will happen afterwards. I'm just giving a very basic idea. So if the goal is something, I should think about what is it now. In the same way, if moksha is your goal, what you should be doing now? Fight with everybody available. Anger, lust, greed, jealousy, passion, everything. Because I want Swamiji, I want to get exhausted all of these things. Then I will be moksha. If I want to give up smoking, what should I do now? Smoke a lot. Is that what? So that I will exhaust that desire for smoking, Swamiji. Then I'll be free of smoking. Never. That is the biggest net the Maya puts on. Today you smoke. Doesn't matter. Afterwards you'll be free of smoking. How? How suddenly, magically it will happen? If moksha is your goal, freedom is your goal, ultimate goal, now itself you should be free. To whatever extent you can. There is a thought that comes about anger, lust, passion, greed, jealousy. Unnecessarily. I want to be free of these things. No, so therefore Krishna says, mat paraha, keep that as your goal, then what your mind should be? Mat chittaha. You see? If the goal is to reach me, your mind should be with me right now. If your goal is to reach the Lord's presence, your mind should not be away from Him right now. That is why he says, manas sanyamya. And what is that which finally going to enjoy that liberation of the reaching of the Lord? It is mind. Therefore, that mind having control, manas sanyamya machittaha, keeping me in your mind, yuktaha asida matpara, keeping that as the goal. We'll see more of it in the next session. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.